Hey there, thank you for joining me for another episode of Total Ramblings. Another episode, a week to the day since I recorded this, that I'm again leaving Wimbledon from work. It's just gone 4 o'clock. I left a little bit early today because tomorrow I am on annual leave for one day because it is my birthday. Yes, today is June the 26th, 2025. Tomorrow is June the 27th, 2025, and I will be 54 years old. How's that? And you know, last week when I said that a terrible thing was going to happen to me, well, it's happened. There was one more good thing to start with. And that is my insurance company came back responding to my complaint, giving me £600 by way of compensation for poor communication, poor response, inconvenience, etc. Now, this massively puts me in a dilemma because in my career as an insurance claims handler, I was a total bastard and I never paid compensation. That said, I never fucked up on someone's claim as much as my claim was screwed up with. And I also got an apology for them referring me for investigation, which was the most hurtful thing of all. And it was absolutely outrageous. That's what upset me most of all. But anyway, so I got £600 compensation, which I'm going to take because it more than pays off the excess of £500. So that's a tick in the good box. However, yesterday, Wednesday, the 25th of June, 2025, Rob from A1 Bathrooms came round to do a final look at what was needed. And I bloody knew this would happen. I've had to pay another £1,532.40 for the repairs. Ain't no way I'm going back to the insurance company and opening that fucking Pandora's box can of worms again. I've just got to suck it up and pay it. So basically, I'm going to be paying £500 a month to somebody for the rest of my life at this rate because I've just got bills constantly coming in. Supposed to get this car serviced at some point. Supposed to have a dentist appointment. Supposed to have an optician's appointment, which will mean new glasses. And I just can't afford it because the house is just sucking up all of my spare cash. So all these other things I need to have done are going to have to be put on the back burner until the cursed kitchen is finally resolved. So there you go. I did bloody tell you guys last time in last week's video that something nasty was going to happen to me, and something nasty has happened to me. Now, the thing is, I've had two good things happen to me. So that means the world probably thinks it owes me one more nasty thing, which it doesn't. It doesn't owe me any nasty things. It could be nice to me. It could just be nice to me, or maybe, you know, it's checkout city time. Do you know what I mean? But no. Andrew's got to pay because Andrew's a twat, apparently. I don't know why the world thinks Andrew's a twat. Presumably it knows all the Dr. Sinister stuff was fake, right? But anyway, there you go. So apparently I'm being treated as if I was Hitler or something like that. So there you go. There you go. Something nasty probably will happen to me. Oh, something nasty's happened to someone else, I'll tell you that much. Last night, sitting at home, decompressing, as I always do before I have to leave the house the next day. And I get a phone call from my son, Anthony, who is living with his grandma, and I'm like, oh my God, what's happened? His uncle John was not very well, and his grandma, John's mother, had gone around to John's house and was waiting on an ambulance. He had chest pains, couldn't breathe, stomach pains, and to anyone not familiar with the situation, my brother-in-law, Anthony's uncle, my wife's brother, has got the same myotonic dystrophy diagnosis as my wife, Liz, and our son, Anthony. 3 people in the family have got it. John is about 4 or 5, maybe 6 months older than me. And I'm wondering if this is partly to do with it, the fact that he's in hospital. So he's been in hospital overnight on IV antibiotics. So that's my mother-in-law now with both of her grown-up children in hospital simultaneously. And I can only imagine what she's going through. So, you know, I may complain and bitch and moan, but we got to look on the bright side, right? I'm not in hospital, and I am still relatively healthy. And I just can't imagine what my mother-in-law is going through at the moment. Lost her husband 2 years ago. She's now got both of her adult grown children in hospital at the same time, potentially with the same disease, complication, whatever. Absolute fucking nightmare. You imagine what that would do to you. Anyway, I am, as before, leaving Wimbledon on my way to see Liz at hospital. I've got tomorrow off work because it's my birthday. And, yeah. What's going to happen on my birthday tomorrow? We don't know. But I have a slightly extended weekend, which is nice. So, what exciting things will I get for my birthday? Well, I know Anthony's bought me a game because I asked him for it a couple of months ago. And my wife Liz has already bought me the tricorder, which you if you're a long-term viewer and if you watch all my stuff, you will have seen me doing an unboxing and a review of, very lengthy review, a little while back. Don't know what my daughter Alice is going to be getting me. I have a £25 Smith's voucher from Father's Day, which I'm keeping in case I get any more Smith's toy vouchers. There's quite a few Lego sets I've got my eye on, but I probably, if I can afford it, I probably ought to buy the Lego AT-AT helmet to go with my Lego UCS AT-AT, and it can sit in the display case with it because that would be nice. And that's a Smith's exclusive here in the UK. So I probably ought to buy that while it's available to go with my AT-AT, which cost me obviously a small fortune. So yeah, but obviously I'm concerned about my brother-in-law now. Basically my whole family is just falling apart, and here I am bitching and moaning about nasty things are going to happen to me, and they probably are. But at the same time, you know, I've got a roof over my head, just about. And I've got a job. I've got a car. And I'm not in hospital. So, I suppose I ought to be philosophical, really. Anyway. So, it's about 25 to 10 at night. Obviously, I'm at home. Been sorting out some stuff. And I don't think I like the 2020s very much. I think I would quite like a refund. We are halfway through the 2020s. It's June 2025. And, yeah, I don't like the 2020s. They suck big time. And I think I'd quite like to reset back to 2016. And if we can stop David Bowie from dying, then I think we could put the world back on course, because everything started going to hell when David Bowie died. It's been said before, David Bowie died in 2016 and we had Brexit and Trump got elected for the first time and the whole world went to hell. And if we are just like an experiment on someone's laboratory shelf somewhere, I hope somebody comes back and notices that it's all gone horribly wrong and resets the simulation. 2016 would seem like a good point. Or just put us back on track, get rid of all the twats in the world. You might say that includes me. Fine, I'm quite happy to take the hit. I'll take one for the team. Do you know what I was doing this afternoon? I was looking at my hands. I am 54 tomorrow, and I've been noticing for some time now that my hands are looking very old lately. And when did this happen? You know, there's that saying, I know it like the back of my hand. I don't recognise my hands anymore. They're getting these age spots on them. They're getting wrinkly and weird. And they don't look like my hands anymore, if I'm being honest with you. I remember looking at these hands when I was 6 years old and they were beautiful and smooth and new. Now look at them. Old and wrinkly. Bit like me, really. In a year's time, I should be 55. And in a year's time, if I survive that long, and if the planet survives that long, I will be able to draw down a large lump sum from my pension. And I should be able to pay off all of my debts. And I will again be debt-free. Won't that be nice? What do you think's going to stop me? Between now and then, I've got a year and a day to go. Plenty of things that could stop me from doing that. But I've been holding out for that point. I initially wanted to retire at 55, but I have quite expensive tastes and hobbies, and I don't really think I can afford to do that. And also, I think I'd probably get bored and just sit in bed and rot and die. So, you know, I don't think I will retire at 55, but I'd like to pay off all my debts. But with this new household bill that's come in, I've got to top up our savings again. I've got a load of bills coming in. I'm going to need new glasses soon. Got an optician's appointment. I've got to book the cats in at the vet. That won't cost me anything because I have a care plan. I've got to see my doctor about my diabetes. That won't cost me anything. I've got a car service. That will cost me something. As I said, opticians and new glasses. What's the other thing that was on my list? I've forgotten it now. Dentist appointment. They're hassling me to book an appointment. So dentist, opticians, then new glasses, car service, and also I've got to get a deposit for my car insurance. I might be able to save in the long run, but I've got to put a deposit down on my car insurance. So all these bills coming up, and basically I've got the bunker, the house is just sucking all my money away from me. Constantly needing feeding. It's quite depressing, really. But anyway, there you go. You don't want to listen to me complaining. Just look at my old hands. Look at how old my hands are looking. Terrible, isn't it? Anyway, like I say, my birthday tomorrow. So, happy birthday to me. I will probably do an update tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Total Ramblings. Please remember to do all the usual YouTubey stuff, like, subscribe, comment, share, blah-de-blah-de-blah. And hopefully I will see you in the next episode, whatever it may be. Bye-bye.